Everybody, welcome to the first race of season 2. I know we got a few guys returning from season 1, some that joined partway through season 1, so nice to see some faces back, and also nice to see some guys who are, of course, completely new. So it's their first season with us, so good luck to all of the drivers who haven't raced with us before. I'm going to go through a couple more things today than we would maybe go through every weekend, because we just need to get them out of the way, because obviously it's the first time some of you guys have raced with us, so we have some procedures that you might not be used to. So I'm just going to go through qualifying conduct first. So on slow laps, you're expected to stay off the racing line at all times possible, which obviously is sort of standard. You would expect that, but obviously when there's nearly 20 of you guys out on track at once, it can get a little bit busy sometimes. So just make sure you're keeping your eye on your delta, keeping your eye on your mirrors, and staying offline as much as possible. Where it's not possible, you're expected to go as near to full speed as is acceptable on an outlap. Obviously ties on up to temperature and stuff. There will be details later on specific sections of the track where we want you to be going at full speed. The normal penalty for any impedance that's significant would be a 5-second race penalty. If it continued, or we thought it was worse over time, then we would look at drive-throughs in the race. And going forward, not for this week, but in a few races' time, we are looking at across all of our series, asking people to start from the grid if they impede from the pit lane. Sorry, if they impede in qualifying. So it is something we take quite seriously, because obviously there's quite a lot of cars out on track, so it can get quite messy sometimes. But if everybody does their part and stays out of the way, it's nice and clean, and it's a nice fun session when we've got more cars out on track as well. It looks good on the stream as well for all of our viewers. So race conduct, you're allowed to put in one significant defensive move on a straight. You can't block multiple times. We're not fans of weaving whenever a driver's within a second of you, because it's just dangerous. It gets messy and it's unnecessary. You got DRS, you'll be able to fight back in the next zone. I'm sure you guys are all very competitive. Obviously the top 20 drivers from the Formula Series are in this session, so yeah. Braking zones, it's the driver behind responsibility to not hit the car in front. Obviously people will have different braking zones in corners, different styles in different corners, so it's your responsibility to not hit the car in front. Obviously there is exceptions to that, where there's incidents like brake checks and stuff. Obviously they really should not be happening, but in those situations, of course, it would fall to the driver in front. Or if they're braking 200 meters before the corner, obviously that's not something that should be happening. If that was happening, it would be a black flag instantly, and then looking at further going forward, depending on how serious it was, having bigger punishments for that kind of thing. You're always expected to leave space. You can't close somebody off on an apex. You can't pinch them in. You can't run somebody off the edge of the track. That's also not on. You've got to leave space. If you were to pull fully ahead, then obviously you can come across, but as long as any of their cars alongside yours, you need to leave space where possible. We will be issuing penalties live. If we don't get to everything live, obviously we're not a full race control team of 20 people monitoring a 20 driver race. There's only a few of us here, so if there is stuff that doesn't get picked up on in the race, and we apologise for that, of course we want to get to everything, but you can put in a ticket post race. If you think something wasn't dealt with in the correct way, you can also put in a ticket post race, and we'll issue one clarity as to why that was the outcome. And then if you think something different happened, then obviously we take those opinions into account and we look at what happened after that. Then the next thing is the safety car. So obviously the guys who've raced with us for a while will know how we run the safety car procedure, but the car in game is just too slow for these cars. You'd lose tyre temperature. We did try it once, and I think half the grid span on the safety car restart, because you just don't have enough tyre temperature, because it goes way too slow. So we used a manually driven AMG GT3 car, obviously the real life safety car for Formula 1. Today that's driven by Ethan, who you'll see in the session. He will be in a different class, so it'll be nice and clear on your relative if he is out on the track. Obviously, if he is out on the track, it will be announced by us. It will come from my voice over the race channels in iRacing, so make sure you've got those enabled. You'll also see, if anyone's in the session, they'll see these now, this nice little safety car button. I'm on the wrong tab, so it's not working. This will come up, which says safety car deployed. We'll also try and get the DRS disabled one out. DRS will be disabled for 2 full racing laps after the safety car. 3 full laps, sorry. So do not use your DRS after a safety car until we've enabled it. The game will let you enable it, but you'll get a penalty if you use it. We obviously iRacing don't give us that ability to disable it yet. We're hoping we'll get it at some point, but we don't have that yet. So it'll be monitored, and obviously if you see someone using it, you can report that, and they will be penalised for that. But during safety car procedure, there's no overtaking, no passing a car unless they're off track, of course. If it's a lapped car, do not pass the lapped car, because we will tell the lapped cars to come back through and catch the back of the pack at some point. It's not going to happen straight away, because we will want everyone to catch up to each other, and then we'll let the lapped cars through. But blue flagged cars, don't worry about the guys behind you. You're not going to get penalised for not letting them by once we've called out the safety car. Safety car will normally last a minimum of 2 laps, but it will come in the lap after the lapped cars have been let through, which gives them a chance to catch the back of the pack, of course. Around the Nurburgring, it will get called in before turn 12. I've written turn 11 on here, but that is wrong. It is turn 12, which is the second part of what I think is the Schumacher S. It's the corner before the back straight, basically, which isn't the Schumacher S I'm now seeing on this track map, but it's the corner before the back straight. So you'll know. It just gives plenty of time. So once that has happened, the leader becomes a safety car, as you would expect, and there's no overtaking until the leader is gone. So you just need to be aware of when the leader's gone. But the leader will go basically between the final corner and basically just after the final corner, before the start-finish line. So yeah, you can't overtake it under the safety car. Obviously, the pit lane will always be open. So if a safety car is called, you can go into the pit lane. There's never going to be a closed pit lane, unless somehow there's a big collision on pit lane entry. But we would make that very, very clear, and it would only stay closed until, well, for a whole lap, basically, to give everyone a fair chance. You need to make sure that you're starting on your qualifying tyres, but I think that should be enforced in the rules, so that's not an issue. You do have to change tyre compounds. I know it's not listed in the rules. That's because when we have the GT3 in here, it doesn't have different tyre compounds, so we can't force it to run different compounds, so the game doesn't let us put the rule on, but you guys still have to run different compounds. I've made that very clear. If you don't run 2 different compounds, you will be disqualified from the race. Blue flags. So you do need to get out of the way at the soonest available time for blue flags. So do not hold anybody up. We realise there might be, I don't know, say in the arena section, turns like 2, 3, and 4. It might be a little bit hard to get out of the way, but just pull over at the next nearest opportunity to get out of the way. Obviously, they might not be within range straight away, but you just need to be getting out of the way as soon as possible, basically. If blue flagged cars are fighting for position, so for example, if a leader's coming up and you're fighting for 15th and 16th, you need to pause that battle. If somebody does overtake while they're experiencing blue flags, obviously we can't always tell when exactly you've got blue flags, but if the car that is overtaken basically is going to be the one that reports it, if you report that to us and with an iRacing video clip, for those ones we'll need an iRacing video clip to show that you've got the blue flags, then obviously we'll look at that and that driver would be penalised. We will announce post-race time penalties in the session via voice channel and by a text channel if we can get them in there. Obviously, like I said, it's a small team, there's a lot to do, but we should be able to get them in there. So that's that. And then for race, for qualifying, the slow sections that you need to be going near full speed are basically turns 4 and 5, so that's the first section. Then turn 6 as well. Obviously, it's a little bit hard to be offline in turn 6 because of the way you guys go through there. Turn 10, which is, well, I'm sure you guys know where most of these are. If not, you can look them up on the track map in game. then turn 11, which is the left-hander at the top of the little hill bit, and then so that's that really. Just basically the tighter corners, where the tight, fast corners, particularly, you need to be out of the way for that. And slow-moving cars can't overtake after the chicane at the final chicane, so you can't overtake after there because you'll be getting in the way of people on lapped cars. And if you do want to overtake each other for lapped cars, I would definitely recommend doing that on the straight so that you don't impede anybody. So if anybody's got any other questions, then feel free to drop them in the Formula Series chat. I can see. Do we need to change server for the race? It's in the same server this race. Is ability to change tires, and yes, you need to use 2 different compounds in the race. All right, that's it really. And then there was just one more point of, obviously we got the stream going on YouTube, so it would be great if as many of you guys could go and leave that on, watch it at the same time. I always like to have my races on at the same time, and of course always the link for that is in the social media advertisements channel in general. And obviously, if you could drop us a sub, it would be massively appreciated as well. No, you can reset on track You can reset on track, but you need to do it in a really safe way. So obviously, you've got plenty of time on the start-finish straight to do that here. So I would suggest doing it there, as long as you don't impede anyone by stopping on track. The DRS we will say that DRS is disabled, and we will say when it's enabled. The game, you can use DRS on fast on your hot laps, in qualifying. But the DRS, we will say it's disabled, but we can't disable it in game because iRacing doesn't have that feature for us. Yeah, I can drop the briefing notes into the Formula Series chat now. I'll do that. There was just 1 or 2 things I just needed to update some of the corners on it because it doesn't look like they've saved properly last time I did a change of it. So yeah, DRS won't be disabled in-game, so you'll get a penalty if you use it when it's disabled, which will just be... Obviously, the first 3 laps it's disabled automatically, I think. And then after that, we will say when it's disabled and enabled.
Hello everyone, my name is Edward, and today we'll be commentating the first race of our second season from the ASR Formula 1 series with the W12 Mercs. For the start of the season, we will be racing in Germany at a historic Nurburgring. 15 turns, 5.1 kilometers, and lots of overtaking possibilities. Talking about Germany, we could have seen on our screen that we will be racing in this country for the first and also the third race of the season. As you can see on our screen, the schedule for this season, it's going to go up until May. Today, I will be joined by the one and only Jared, who is doing an amazing job by not only commentating, but also controlling the cameras and everything that has to do with the production. So Jared, hard work for you today, huh?
Guess I'll give it usual.
I think that what we're seeing right now on our screens is the practice session before the qualifying, which is going to start in a few minutes. Yes, I'm wondering if we are having any standings of this practice session, because I'm curious, who are we joined by? Oh, we can see those. So Liam Kerr is in first place. I'm seeing some familiar names with Vosha Koshchuk, who has also raced in the first season, but I'm not seeing our champion. Oh, he's
I've been running. guys are going to.
Yes, I agree. Alex Seguia, 8th place. He's our champion. We could have seen him last week when he has done. What was it? Was it a tutorial on the setups?
Yeah, added. And that's download out and also download the race down to it.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, when I'm seeing Alex Seguia in 8th place, is he sandbagging? Because, we've seen him doing this a lot in the past season. He's super fast, but he's always keeping it tight and keeping it low, let's say, in the practice session. He's not showing too much. Just, I think, setting the smallest bits of his setup, as we've seen last week. Anyways, Liam Kerr in first place with Timothy Nelson in second, and Wojciech Korczuk is now in third place. I'm looking for more familiar names, but I'm not really seeing those. I think Ngok Khan Nguyen, and I really hope I haven't mispronounced his name, which I have probably done, is in 15th place as the practice session is done now. And we're preparing for the qualifying. So, first...
Thanks. Everybody on track for this? F3 tomorrow, where they are on track. How are they going? Traffic.
First qualifying of the season, Gerard, and we're starting it with our same superstar, the Spaniard Alex Seguia. He's on an out lap. Obviously, everyone is on their out laps right now as we're seeing the beautiful Nurburgring track. It's one that, well, personally, I never liked because I'm absolutely bad at racing, and especially on this track. While racing with the keyboard, it's impossible going through turns 8, 9, and 10, 11 through those fast corners. I was always going on the grass. And I've never liked this track. But, well, again, there's a reason why I'm commentating and these guys are driving.
I'll say even so difficult. Can't click. Guys at the top.
Yep, as we've seen last season, obviously we've had another race here in season 1. And if I'm not wrong, Alex Seguia has won it, but I just have to check it.
Alex won.
Yeah, so I've just checked, Jared. Alex Seguia has won last season with Eloy Caballero in second place and Joan Soval in third place. Well, I completely forgot what happened last season. This is why I've had to check. And Radeczki Gegorz finished in fourth place. Radeczki, who is not driving today, which is a real shame because we've had him the whole season, and I still haven't asked him how is his name pronounced. It's a shame, but obviously we're having the track map on the right hand of our screens, of your little screens at your homes. Obviously, I think your screens are bigger than mine right now, but yep. And you can see the track on right hand. As we're seeing Alex Seguia going to turn 15, the last corner. Alex Seguia completes the lap. It is a 1:24.2. So this is the benchmark for today's session, and it's a good lap, 1.2 up on Alaric already.
Quite ridiculous.
We should send him a letter, honestly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hannes Strogel now goes up in second place, 124.65 with that yellow and black car. It reminds me of the old Renault livery that we've seen in the past before they have switched to Alpine. I think we're now watching Victor Bolea going slowly. Talking about Alpine cars. Oh, well, this looks a little bit like an Alpine. But obviously before they have gone with the BWT sponsorship.
So
I think he's on a cooling lap because we've seen he has done a good first sector, but then we have he said 2 yellow sectors. So I think he has done a mistake in the second part of the track, which is between turns 4 and 7. So it's obviously very easy to do a mistake in those corners 5 and 6, and I think he just obviously aborted the lap and he will start again. And he disappears again. We should go on board here for one fast lap around Nurburgring. If he would only appear on our screen. So here we are going to turn to the Mercedes Arena. Very fast corners and very easy to do a mistake as we've seen him locking up a little and just see, oh, he's a little bit sportly. And that's it for his lap, I think. He will go again, another cooling lap. Oh no, he'll go straight in the pit lane. Jared, you are much more than an iRacing driver than myself because I obviously don't race in iRacing. But how much does the flat spot affect the car in this game? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a common thing that happens in Formula 1 2020. And obviously in the Formula 1 franchise, whenever you spin round, yeah, you're spinning for about 5 solid minutes. As Alex Segway improves even more, 123.85 for our Spaniard. As I was saying, he is sandbagging in the practice, and whenever qualifying is on, he's just turning up.
perhaps.
Yes, I have an amazing respect for all these guys. No, not amazing, a big, very big respect for these guys because it's so much hard work that these drivers are putting in racing that we just don't realize. Because obviously, I know that, especially my parents, when I was racing, they thought I was just racing, and nothing else. You turn up the game and then you're just racing, which is it's not a thing. These guys are putting hours and hours and hours into this racing. It's just such an amazing thing. Like, they are working harder than a lot of other people are working in other domains.
Can't be heard. Testing, testing. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. If anybody in the chat could let me know if that is fine. And we are again watching Liam here.
Yep, so everything is fine, Jared. I don't know if you was hearing yourself, but I just checked the stream, so everything is okay. You can hear yourself on the stream.
I think my
So-
noise gate might have been hitting my microphone a little bit too hard there.
So, we're now watching Liam Kerr, the driver that has been fastest in practice going through turn 12. And he's absolutely flat out for this lap. Let's see if he can replicate what he has done in practice and go up in first place now in the last corner. Turn 15. Can he go in first place? Let's see Liam Kerr. Second place, 123.96, so that's only 1/10 between the first and second driver. So we're seeing them going side by side now into turn 1. Obviously, Alex Seguy is leaving the pit lane. So this is close. This is close. We might see between these two drivers what we've seen last season between Alex Seguya and Mark Stevens. Mota is also on a pretty good lap, 2 green sectors. That is decent. Voshakowski also 2 green sectors. I think the driver that we're watching now.
We're watching Stephen Grabowski at the minute.
Oh, great accent, Jared. I couldn't have done it better. So Grabowski goes into. I think that was an off track because his lap just did not count. That's a real shame. Going through the entirety of the lap, trying your best, going to the absolute limit, and then crossing the line to just understand that your lap has been invalidated and all your work has been for nothing.
So we've got some support for Liam in the chat right now from Bez. And earlier on today as well, just before the stream even started, we had Harry Jennings in the chat cheering for James Dawson. So if you guys are here right now, keep cheering for your drivers. I'm sure someone has got the stream open in the background so they can hear us.
We're now watching Nixon, I think, rounding up his lap.
And hello to Alexis in the chat. Welcome, welcome.
Yep, so just checked. Everything is okay with our stream. So this is why I was silent for some seconds because I just wanted to check that everything is okay. We're now back at full speed, both me and Jared, as we're watching Steve Grabowski going through the Dunlop Carrot, turn 7. So Alex Iwa in first place, 123.2. That has been 7/10 faster, has just improved his lap time. Alex Seguya has improved his lap by 0.6 of a second. So now the gap between him and Joan Sovale, who has also improved, he's gone second, is a whole 7/10, which is very big. Liam Kerr, third place, 123.9. Enrique Justa, I really hope I haven't mispronounced his name, in fourth place with a 124.0, and Timothy Nelson with a 124.44. Everyone is now, pretty much everyone is on an out lap. James Dawson is not, as he's going into 11th place with the... Owen is just going...
Yeah, he's gone spinny.
I just wanted to say and compliment the livery because I absolutely love the Mercedes livery that they have used in the past. I'm not really sure about the one that they're using this year in Formula 1, but the liveries in the past of the Mercedes, especially these black ones, have been amazing. As we're watching Ngok Han Nguyen trying to improve his lap, but he stays in 16th place. Benjamin Sayas, 2 green sectors. I think we should be keeping an eye on the French driver. He's French.
Which one would that be?
Benjamin Sayas. His name is sounding French, but
There we go.
now we're seeing him going through the NGK chicane.
I
There's-
believe Benjamin Size here is German, according to my telemetry.
Oh, okay. Yeah. His name sounds a little bit German.
He appears to have stopped on track there for some reason. What's going on?
But he's in 5th place. So he's going into 5th place.
I think...
On our stream, he is.
Yeah, I think the simulation's having a couple of issues right now.
So, sorry everyone for our technical problems,
Yeah,
for our technical difficulties.
Okay, guys, we're just going to have to restart the simulation for a moment. So we shall be right back. Okay, we're back. And live. Excellent. That was weird. iRacing decided it didn't want to iRace. But we are back with you now. Apologies for that one. We didn't miss much, luckily. We've still got 2 minutes of qualifying remaining.
We're seeing someone trying to steal the slipstream from the champion. I think with the green card, that might be Hannes Schlogel, if I'm not wrong. Just sticking up behind Alex Eguia, trying to understand and learn the lines as someone is going out. Oh no, that was Hannes Schlogel with the beautiful McLaren livery. No, Alex Eguia is actually on an out lap. So, no copying in this lap. Oh, he's going a little bit wide. He's going a little bit wide. He has ruined his lap. It's super easy to do a mistake in that first corner because the braking is so hard. And yeah, he just aborts the lap. Goes straight into pit lane. Joan Solvali is on a good lap. 2 green sectors. The driver in second place, and we're watching right now. There's someone off track. Hopefully no yellow flags in order to ruin his lap. DRS on. Probably he's using maximum of the ERS as well. And he only has 3 corners to go. Oh, and he just does a mistake. Stop, that was the commentator's curse. I just wanted to say that he had 3 corners to go up until finishing the lap. But, yep, he balled it. Victor Bolea is in 5th place with that Nvidia, I shall say, Mercedes car. 2 green sectors, 2 yellow sectors. This last one will be decisive. Let's see. He improves. He improves, but he stays in 5th place. So only 15 seconds to go. I don't know if there are any other drivers on a decent lap. Paulo Lopez has a green sector. And the yellow one, so that's not a good lap for him. Lime Curd, 2 yellow sectors, so not great for him either. Alaric Boss starts the lap well with a green sector. Can he put his candidature for first place?
I was thinking that car that Alaric is driving there looks so planted then. It looks so nice around those corners. No slipping whatsoever. It was just gliding.
Yeah, it's like so satisfying to see these cars going flat out these corners. As that was a little bit of his back end, just going out, but he's still pushing to the absolute limit. Now turn 12, and then the NGK chicane, or as the German call it, the NGK chicane. And now only the last corner to go. Turn 15. Let's see where will Alaric van den Bos finish the first qualifying of the season. He improves, but he stays in 15th place. So this has been it for our first qualifying of the season. We're starting where we finished last season, with Alex Eguia picking up from where he has let things go in season 1. He's in first place again, and he's the man to beat here at Nurburgring. Joan Solvale, the other Spaniard, will start second. And Liam Kerr, the driver that has been fastest in practice and also fastest in testing, or I shall say the preseason qualification, will start third. So I think we will be having a 3-horse race for the victory, but I might be wrong. Only time will tell. So these are our qualifying results. Alex Eguia will start from pole position with Joan Solvale in second place, Liam Kerr third, and Enrique Yusta in fourth place. Victor Bolea fifth, with Benjamin Sayas, the German, in sixth place. Norton Mota in seventh place, hopefully I have read his name correctly, with Timothy Nelson in 8th place, Hannes Schlogel 9th, Wojciech Kościuk 10th place, Paulo Lopez 11th, Jameson Dawson in 12th, Ngok Kan Nguyen 13th, and Anthony Sorano in 14th place, with Alaric van den Bos 15th, Steve Grabowski 16th place, Connor Nixon in 17th place, and Ethan Ridgway will be our safety car driver for today's German Grand Prix. Jared, if you would have to make a bet right now, who would you put your money on?
I mean, I'd probably take the easy option and say Alex has probably got this. but that's only because we've been watching him for the past season, seeing him actually have it for every other race. So that's the safe option.
Yeah, personally, I would, switch it up. Let's make a little bit of a battle here. I will put my money on Liam Kerr. Being fastest in the preseason qualification, that is something important, and I really think that Liam Kerr has a chance today. He's proved it. He's proved that in practice, but we've just seen him in qualifying. He's done a mistake in every fast lap that he had. If he just manages to, keep it calm, do things correctly, he has a good chance to win. As we're only 5 seconds away from the start of the season 2 of the Formula 1 series here at ASR, as lights are on. 5 lights ahead of the drivers. And away we go. That's a decent start from Alex Eguia.
Alex got a fantastic one. So did Liam. 3 wide into turn 1.
And Liam Kerr is in first place. No, that's João Sovale. João Sovale is going to leave the race, but he's going to leave it wide. Liam Kerr is in the first place. I think we should be watching that. Liam Kerr is leading the German car press. There's a spin. Steve Grabowski was round. No, that was Connor Nixon and Timothy Nelson going round. And there's all sorts of carnage going everywhere on the track. Alex Eguia lost 2 positions at the start. So from what was looking like a great start, it has just gone backwards. Liam Kerr first, João Sovale second, Alex Eguia third.
And we did get
we are now to the...
We did have a couple of crashes there as well. And Wanto Oval has also got its second place there, Alex in third. So this is going to be a bit of a tricky game for Alex now. He needs to get track position before he can start thinking about tyre strategy, or he can think about tyre strategy to get back at them.
Yeah, well, we've seen him in the past. He loves to be the hunter, and he hates to be hunted. He always sticks up behind his opponent. He reads him like a book, and then he makes an amazing move in order to win the race. But Liam Kerr is in first place, and he's building an advantage, 7/10 already. To João Sovale behind. Benjamin Saez is also close to the Spaniard. Ahead of him, and it's not that far, Jar. He's not that far. As we're now going through the Mercedes Arena, the first section of 4 corners, and Benjamin Saez is close, but it's impossible to do a move through this section as João Sovale has been a little bit wide. Alex Eguia has recovered there, only 3/10 between those two. But again, as I've said, impossible to overtake. Liam Kerr has locked up the tires. We've seen smoke coming out from that blue car. Well, obviously, blue car is not the greatest characteristic.
There's a few blue cars there. There's actually 4, the top 4.
Yeah, so in order to win here, you have to paint your car in blue. This is what the drivers are teaching us. I think that's something that Alex has missed from the last week's stream. But now he has slipstream. Jard, this might be an important moment in the race, but he's too far away to think about a move.
I think next lap he could definitely think about that move. We know that he's got a little bit more pace than Wanto. It depends if Wanto can do a bit more defending, keep on the defensive line.
So DRS will be available from this lap, but the gap between the first and second driver is bigger than 1 second. So that means that João Sovale will not have DRS in this lap. Alex Eguia is being chased down by Benjamin Saez, so he has gone from chaser to chase. It's obviously very hard to race in such close conditions when you are pushed from behind, and also you cannot defend. You cannot attack because obviously the driver ahead of you is defending so good.
And we've had a couple of crashes across the track, so I'm just going to do a quick replay while these guys seem to be spacing out a little bit. I'll jump straight back to them if any action appears to happen. But a couple of minutes ago, apparently Connor Nixon had a small crash, so we're going back to look at that now. if it wants to play. There we go.
Oh, in turn 10, it's...
Yeah, straight in there a bit too quick there, lost his rear wing. And just before that, we also had a crash by Timothy Nelson. So going back to see this now.
Through turns 13 and 14, the NGK chicane.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, and that was a spin. Oh, he just couldn't control it on the grass, and yeah, he just lost it.
And just this second, another one. Connor Nixon has gone again. So let's take a look at this. Is this a crash on pit exit? These can be dangerous, especially if this car's coming the other way.
What is he doing?
Oh,
It's coming.
He's letting cars past. This was just a couple of minutes ago now. Oh wow. Oh wow, he's not rejoining, he's letting everybody past.
Oh, that's gentleman. That's a real gentleman there.
So that's why my telemetry said he had a crash, because he was stationary on track.
Oh, he
Wide there.
just went straight wide there. Yeah, poor guy.
And Liam, I believe, just got an off track himself, so we're going to go back live now. Let's take a look at how those guys at the front are doing.
Yeah, obviously, Gerard, this is the first race, and I still remember our first race from Season 1 in Silverstone, where it was madness. Everyone was crashing, everyone was spinning. There was... Oh, Lime Coach just disappeared and appeared again. There's all sorts of carnage going around the Silverstone, but, you know, that was just the start from something that has turned out to be great. So, yeah, it's the start of season. Drivers are still trying to get in touch with the car and... you know, getting used to the car. Oh, there was someone going very wide there. Benjamin Sayers has been really wide there, going through turn 4. All 4 wheels of track, but I don't think that has an off track. Oh, he has 2 off tracks. Anyways, we're now seeing Enrique Justa. Another Spaniard, so yeah, lots of Spaniards. Yeah.
He must get this overtake very soon. He is so close. If they get onto the main straight with that sort of distance, he can definitely do that move into turn 1.
Yeah, and he also has DRS, but it's a bit too far away in order to try anything in this chicane. You gotta be right into the tail and into the gearbox of the driver head in order to do a move. And
so here's where it should happen.
Yeah, he's too far away again, I think. But he might just send one down the inside, but that's dangerous.
Oh, I was very close, very late turning.
Ah, he's done it. He's done it, but let's see if he runs wide. No, he doesn't. He keeps the place. He gets the apex of the corner and gives a 5th position. So no more blue domination. We're having a black car in the top 5. Joan Solvale have recovered. He's only 8/10 behind Lime Kerr, so this means that on the next lap he will have DRS, and the gap is just going down from 8/10. He has gone down to 6/10. What is happening to our leader? I guess he's losing a lot of time. Lime Kerr.
Well, he's got 4 off tracks so far. So clearly he's pushing pretty hard and might be touching some parts of the track he shouldn't be. Both Wanto and Alex are on 0 off tracks.
Now we can see that Joan Solvale has just opened the DRS, and that means they will get even closer to Lime Kerr. As we're now watching Hannes Schlogel battling out with Paulo Lopez and Chase Dawson. And he
Quite
tries to go
naked
on
there.
his side. But things remain unchanged.
Well, that was a
Dawson,
real
Schlogan, and
lock then.
Lopez. Yeah, but the gap at the top is
Getting
not.
smaller. Something's going on up there. I wonder if Liam's feeling the pressure. I wonder if he's not used to having people so close behind him.
Yeah, so gap is just going down and up, lap after lap. So it's the gap is going very weirdly because it's one lap it's 5/10 and the other lap is look 1.1 seconds.
Alex is close enough to get DRS now, but Wanto isn't, which means Alex is in the right place at the right time to get an overtake down the main straight.
He's a little bit far away, Jared. This is my opinion. He's a little bit far away. He needs to be even closer in order to get a move.
He needs to be within 7/10, and he is, I think. DRS
Let's see. DRS, probably
is
also
open.
ERS. It's too far away. You need to be even closer. You need, in my opinion, you need to be about 4 or 5/10 of a second in order to do a move there in turn 1. And that's the same thing for the NGK chicane. Turns 13 and 14. That chicane after a long straight. It's not really straight because there is a king in turn 12. But anyways, you need to be even closer. You need to be even closer because those turns are so tight. And turn 1 pushes you so wide that, yeah, it just happens.
So it seems that Liam is not as quick in this middle sector as Wanto and Alex are, because he keeps dropping down in seconds.
Yeah, and he's dropping down massively, Jared. He's dropping about 3 or 4/10 in that sector.
So I'm wondering if he's got a particularly low downforce car where he is a lot quicker on the straights but much slower in the twisty bits.
Yeah, it might be that. Because that sector that he's losing so much, he's turns 8, 9, 10, 11. So the corners that you need high downforce in order to be fast. But anyways, Alex Seguia is close. Now he's closer than ever. Will he be able to do a move into turn
He
1?
must be able to get this time. It's so close.
No, it's not. You need to be even closer, so not even 5/10 is enough. I'm wondering if Alex Seguia is thinking about us. Oh, there was Paulo Lopez going to the pit lane. I was seeing him going down on the time sheets, and I was wondering what was happening to him. Anyways, I'm wondering if Alex Seguia is staying behind Joanso in order to save tires and not push that hard, or if he's just stuck.
I'm not quite sure, but we're getting on to nearly lap 10 now, which means it's getting towards the time where some of our soft runners should be thinking about moving to mediums. And if I was Alex right now, I'd drop into those pits as early as I can, switch onto those mediums and just get straight back out there.
Now he's close. Let's see. 4/10. This is the gap that you need to be in order to have any chance in turn 1. And this might beat. This lap is going to beat because Alex Seguia is closer than ever. And with the slipstream and the DRS, he has a good chance. But still not close enough. Still not close enough. But he's not recovering that much with the DRS. He's just not being able to do the move as Ethan Ridgway has written in the chat that he will win. So our safety car driver is in the chat saying that he's going to win. Well, Ethan, I have bad news for you. You are about 10 laps down, but obviously magic has happened in the history of racing. Lamker, Joan Solvale, and Alex Seguia. This is top 3, and this has been the top 3 for the past 10 laps. So since the start of the race, there were no changes at the top of the race. There is quite a battle there going between Paulo Lopez and Timothy Nelson. There were 3 tenths. Now the gap has gone back to 8 tenths. I'm wondering what's happening between them. But we're sticking with Ranso and Alex Rivera, the two Spaniards battling out for second place. But for Alex, this has an even bigger meaning because he needs to get past Ranso in order to think about getting that first place. But he's just keeping his Spaniard opponent under pressure.
I can't believe they've been so close for so many laps and he hasn't gone for an overtake yet. We're now at 18 laps remaining.
Yeah, if I would be in Alex's space, I would just send one down the inside, just dive bomb Ranso, and yeah. I mean, you would either get that second place and either you would both go back to Spain. So yeah, it's a 50-50 one. Let's see, lap 11 out of 29. Alex Seguin is close again, and he's having DRS. I think he's running a high downforce setup because look how slow he is in the straight. He just cannot get close to João Vale with DRS and with slipstream. João is just able to keep that second place.
He is closer than he's been before, though, now.
But he's still not close enough. He's still not close enough. He's not recovering anything on straight line, even with DRS. So I think he is running a high downforce setup, but surely we will hear from him in the post-race interview. Well, obviously, if he will finish on the podium, because we don't have any certainty, but yeah.
If Liam continues getting off tracks at the rate he is, then he's going to get some penalties heading his way as well.
Oh, 9 off tracks, Jared. How many off tracks you get a penalty?
I believe 17. It's either 15 or 17. If the steward could correct me in the chat, that'd be fantastic.
17 off track. He has got 10 already.
Oh,
he might get a penalty.
He's getting one every lap or so.
Yeah, this is not going to be great. Because at this rate, he might not only get 1 penalty, but he might get 2 penalties. As Alex Seguin is close, he will finally send that one down inside, but it's just backed out. He just backed out, so we can see.
Oh, that was a late decision.
Oh, I'm sure that the stewards will investigate that because he has gone over those red and white strips. Alex Seguin is in the pit lane, so the world champion is in the pit lane. Or should I call him world champion? I mean, we have drivers from the entirety of the world.
So this is important now. Where will he come back out, do we reckon?
If my mathematics is correct, he will go out in 9th place, I think.
And now we're watching Liam Kerr again. Is he going to react to this? Is he going to pit now? Because if he doesn't, he's going to lose time.
Yeah, I think he should focus a little bit on the off tracks because he has 12 already. Yeah, it reminds me of my racing days when I was getting about 5 penalties on the Formula 1 game in a race. But 13, Jared. He's got 4 off track only in this lap. Oh, that's not great. That's not great. And this might play an incredibly big role in the race as he's also going into the pit lane. We've seen last season in the Canadian Grand Prix where Radecki Gregors has been penalized because of a he has been penalized and he has lost the win. He has won the race on track, but he has lost it off track. with a penalty.
So we're going to jump back over to Alex now. He's coming around the corner. I think he's going to get this overtake if he's lucky.
Yeah, I think as well. I think as well.
Just pulling out again. He was in pit box number 1, so he's closest to the exit. And Alex isn't going to get it.
He gets the place
by another car. But this now means that it'll be 1-2 Liam and Alex whenever Wanto decides to pit.
I think this is bad for Ranso because look at the gap. Not only that he has lost time to Benjamin Saez, but he has lost time to his opponents that has fresh tires. So he might also lose the second place to Alex because Alex was very close.
Very true, but Wanted, his car's shown he's got mediums on, but my telemetry said he started on,
Oh, Jared!
Yeah, I saw that just about, that's very close.
Saez was very close there. Let's see, will Joanso go into the pit lane? Yes, he does. So what tires is Saez on?
Saez is on soft.
Okay, so he's on the same strategy. And he's fast. He's fast on these softs. This might play an important role. Let's see.
Just take a look at Liam for a second. He's got 14 laps left. He's on 15x.
He will surely get 2 more. I'm sorry.
His race is over if he manages to get that drive-through.
Oh, it's a drive-through after getting 17. Oh,
yeah, if you get the penalty limit, then it is a drive-through.
Yeah, it's race done. So Alex Seguia might get the win again because Alex Seguia is now in front of Ranso Vale. So look how the racing gods are making things go in the right way for the Spaniard. And he's only 1.5 seconds behind Liam Kerr. So not only that Liam has got the off tracks while being alone at the front. Well, if now he's going to be under pressure, I'm really wondering what's going to happen with him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do actually have a driver in the chat right now. Car number 686, who was Connor Nixon, who's dropped out. Had a pretty terrible race, as he says so himself. Yeah, man, we saw a couple of those. We saw it on stream. Hopefully you come back next time and do a little bit better.
Yeah, absolutely mad respect for Connor Nixon because, you know, he after getting out of the pit lane, he has waited for everyone and only then he has restarted the race. So, yep, amazing from him. As Alex Seguia, it's a purple up. 125.9 has been 4/10 faster than his opponent and he already is in the DRS zone as Liam Kerr gets another off track.
I do believe it's one more off track.
And that's it. And it's race over for him, basically. If he gets one more and he has to go through the pit lane, that's it. Lap 16 out of 29. Oh, well, Jared, in 4 laps, he will surely get one more. I am sorry, I really don't wish bad for him, but...
It's 13 laps left.
Yeah, it's a lot, but well, let's see, maybe he will prove everyone wrong. Anyways, I think something has gone under the radar. Benjamin Saez is... Oh, he's got it! He's got it, the 17th off track. So Liam Kerr will now have to go through the pit lane again in order...
17, I'm pretty sure it is 17.
Yes, it's 17.
I'm still
it's
waiting for a response from our stewards. So stewards, if you're listening to me, I've pinged you a few times in chat. Please reply.
Anyways, Benjamin Saez, our leader, I was just talking about his performance going under the radar. As Alex Seguia goes purple again, let's see, Benjamin Saez will have the freshest tires as he goes out ahead of Joanso Vale. Or anyways, they will be going side by side. But I think Benjamin Saez has just gone to 3rd place there. Yes, he does.
Yeah, and he kept it. That was close, but he kept it. That's going to be a fantastic battle coming up.
So Benjamin Saez will have the freshest tires out of everyone. And with Liam Kerr getting
And that's a confirmation. 17x is the penalty. He's going to have to pit. Well, drive through at least.
Oh, he's 90. 20! He's on 20! Jared, I think he's going to get 2 drive-through
Well, I'm
penalties.
pretty sure
at
it's
this
up to
point.
17 and then every 5 after that or something like that.
Oh, no. No. That's bad. That's bad for our Australian driver. For Aussie. So I think that now the win is between Alex Aguirre and Benjamin Sayers.
Well, it depends.
Not.
We need to see Liam come in first. We'll see where he comes out afterwards. But he's probably going to be back down with probably P8 or 9 at this rate.
So he's not going to the pit lane. He's not going through.
From my calculation, that's his second lap done. He needs to pit this lap, otherwise he gets a disqualification. So you have to do your drive-through within 3 laps of gaining it. Yeah,
so I remember there was this thing happening in the Superbike Championship or in the Super Sport Championship. Anyways, there was this motorcycling competition, and there was this Turkish rider getting a drive-through. His name was Kenan Sofoglu. I don't know how many of you have heard about him. But anyways, he has got a penalty, and for 20 laps he have not served his drive-through, and obviously he has got disqualified after winning the race. But he has said in the post-race interview that he haven't seen the penalty. He haven't seen the black and white flag. So he's just gone on, won the race, then appealed the penalty, and he has got back his win. So, well, obviously you cannot apply this strategy in iRacing because the penalties are not showed with flags. You can hear the others. I thought that Lamcar has gone straight into the pit lane.
Oh, no. You can't teleport to pit while moving in iRacing. You have to park the car first.
Okay, my bad. I think this just shows who is playing iRacing and who doesn't.
He's got to come into the pit this time round. He has.
I think he doesn't. He's doing a Kenan Sofoglu. I was just talking about.
Maybe it'll be next time. Perhaps he's got one more chance to do it. Perhaps it's on the 3rd lap that you have to. So this will be his 3rd lap now, I believe.
Yeah. What if he stays out? Yeah, he's probably going to get disqualified, but he stayed on 20 off track, so let's give him another chance, shall we?
Okay, I just read up on the I just read up in the actual session. It's 19 that give you the penalty. 19 incidents, and then every 5 incidents after that 19.
Every 5 after the 19?
Yeah, so at 19 he would have got the black flag, which means it's either, I think it should be next lap, and then every 5 instants after you'll get another one.
What's happening? He's not even going off track when getting those.
That's 21 right there.
Yeah, but he wasn't off track. Or I might just be wrong, but Alex Aguirre is trying to do a move. He's not going in. So Lamcar is staying out. We're having controversy here at the start of the season. So Lamcar has a drive-through penalty, but he's not serving it. And he's defending the win from the champion, Alex Aguirre. Benjamin Sayers is on the freshest tires and he's recovering. He recovered 4/10 in the last lap. So he's on it. We might see a three-way battle. Well, obviously, after Lamcar will serve his penalty, it's going to be between Alex and Benjamin, but Liam is staying out.
Benny in the chat, very true. Even if he can prove black flag wasn't shown, any time that a drive-through would have taken will get added to his race time at the end of the race. So that's what happens if you don't do the black flag as well.
But, this is strategy. Like, okay, you don't see the black flag and you continue the race, but you get a 20-second time penalty or a 30-second time penalty.
I think it's around 30 seconds. It's a pretty big one.
Yeah, but it's a lot better than getting disqualified, because with a 30 seconds time penalty, he will be in 10th place. So Liam will get a point, which obviously any point counts. But he doesn't. He stays out. I just wanted to see that he should go in, but he doesn't. As Benjamin says, he's recovering. Benjamin says has recovered 6 tenths in the last lap. He's on it. So 23 already. So one more off track and Liam Kerr will get the second drive-through penalty. So if Liam Kerr goes off track one more time, he will have to go through the pit lane in order to save a drive-through twice. I'm really curious what is going to happen.
I mean,
really
pushing those limits far. Like you saw nearly wheels on the grass then.
Alex Seguin, I'm curious if Alex Seguin knows about this penalty, because Alex Seguin is keeping the pressure up on Liam. And I'm not really sure if he knows about the penalty, as Benjamin is it's less than a second behind. So Benjamin will have DRS going on this lap.
Yeah, Benjamin Seiss really got the good deal out of this. His pit strategy was absolutely on point.
Is he on the softs? Is he on the soft shirt or is he on the mediums?
Check its telemetry. The top, from P1 all the way down to P8 are all on mediums.
Okay, so iRacing still haven't fixed that glitch, the tire glitch. So, well, we can see that Liam has medium tires, and Alex Seguin, it shows that he has soft tires, but well, obviously he doesn't. He has medium tires. It's a little bit strange, but hopefully iRacing will fix this at one point, as we're having a three-way battle for the win, as Liam Kerr will get his second drive-through penalty because he has been off track for, well, 24 times. Okay, so as we're seeing in the race now, there's the move.
Oh,
Benjamin says got the second place. I was just wanting to say that I was reading the race notes, and it looks like Liam Kerr is only having 2 off tracks, and what is the stream showing? He's strong. So
yeah, anyone using this is a bit weird actually. Anybody using the SDK telemetry appears to be showing that he's now got 24 off tracks. But according to in-game, he's only got 2. I'm wondering if because his connection is pinging back and forth. We've just had a 3-person crash. Just going over to that right now.
Also, the safety car. That means that we're going to have a safety car.
Who knows? Let's take a look.
Oh, and just get. Yeah, he just kept the nose in there, and Norton was.
Okay, so that means the third person involved must have been entirely unrelated to that. It happened here.
So this happened between James Dawson Doe and the Mark Jarvis. So
Oh, it's nearly the same incident. Nearly the same incident.
it just happens in turn one. It's so easy to go a little bit, that inch wide.
Okay,
Hello.
so confirmed, we're not... Oh, fantastic. iRacing has decided to do it again.
This is, yeah. This race has had controversy and problems and madness from start to finish.
And curses. From start to finish. Right, unfortunately that does mean I'm going to have to restart the session all over again. I'm really not sure what's wrong with iRacing. It's only been doing this since the latest update, so I'm hoping it gets a fix soon because this has been absolutely nuts. So we're just joining back in now. It won't take very long. And it's the third time it's happened to me on 2 separate days now. Hoping we're not missing any of the action.
So I'm really wondering now, what is the truth with Limecur? Is he having 3 off track? Is having 2 off track? Is having 28 off track? It's really, really weird because all the different telemetry applications are showing different things. But I think that those telemetries that were showing smaller amounts of off tracks were right. Because
yeah, I think the SDK format that we use, I think it was getting a bit affected by his connection, because he was phasing in and out quite a bit.
Yeah, so he was going into the straight line and it was getting off track. So yeah, that's a little bit strange. So I'm wondering what's happening with the stream.
Gonna get it back any second.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting if when we go back, we're having someone like Timothy Nelson in first place. Yeah, no, so the situation remains unchanged. Limecur is in first place with 2:28, 29 off tracks. Benjamin says he's in second place and Alexio in third place.
Okay, I think it's working properly now. Just need to sort the cameras out again.
There's a close gap between Alex Seguia and Benjamin Sayas. 0.3 of a second between the two drivers. Let's see, Alex Seguia will have DRS, but again, his setup looks like he's not playing in the hands of the Spanish driver, as we'll be going for the last 4 laps. Limecur, Benjamin Sayas, and Alex Seguia, all 3 battling out for the win. Benjamin Sayas is close. He is close. He's trying to move around the outside, but he goes wide. He goes very wide, and Alex Seguia says, "Thank you very much," and goes back into second place. But they touched going through the Mercedes Arena. But Benjamin Sayas waits for his opponent because he knows he was at fault there. And this just plays in the hands of Limecur, because he has built the gap of 1 second. Well, not anymore, because look how fast Alex Seguia is through this twisty, slow section.
Question is, will he be able to get to Liam in the next 2 laps?
2.5 laps to go. Limecur, Alex Seguia, and Benjamin says they are all in the battle for this win. But I think Benjamin says is a little bit too far in order to think about this. But he will recover on this straight line, but he's still too far. He's still too far. Let's see another DRS zone here on lap 28 out of 29, the second last lap of this session. Alex Eguia moves on the outside and sticks to the outside, but oh, he lost the backhand there a little bit. His car just snapped out, but he saved it. Now going through turns 3 and 4 of the Mercedes Arena, and he goes wide again. All 4 wheels of track. This surely is a real of track, not as the ones of Lime Kerr. As James Dawson is in the pit lane right now, I'm wondering if he's thinking about the fastest lap. Victor Bolea also overtakes Paulo Lopez for 8th place. That's an interesting battle between those two drivers because they are just exchanging positions in every corner. But here at the top of the race, there's nothing happening anymore. Lime Kerr has built a gap of over 0.5 of a second, which is pretty big. Benjamin Saez has also lost out to our champion, to Alex Guia.
Benjamin Saez made a mistake. He went off track. He's going to fall back. He's not going to rescue this now.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. So we are having a two-way battle for this win. Lime Kerr and Alex Eguia. Alex Eguia will surely win this win, and he moves on the outside in turn 1. The switchback might work here, but he's too far in order to think about this. Now turn 2. Again too far. Lime Kerr just disappears. I'm wondering if he also disappears from Alex's screen.
Yeah, he might do, which is always a bit scary, but Al's got 2 more chances at this, really. And I think it's down that straight before the chicane, and also down the start-finish straight. And we'll get some more spam bots in the chat. Apologies, guys.
Yep. That's obviously not great to see, but everyone watching, guys, let's see this beautiful battle. Let's not look at what we shouldn't, especially know what the chat is saying. Anyways, Lime Kerr, Alex Eguia now. It's the last overtaking hotspot, turn 13, NGK chicane. Will Alex send one out the inside? No, he's too far away. Saying this has been it. This has been it. Lime Kerr is going to be our first win of the season. If only Alex Eguia will not send one out the inside.
Go for it.
No, he doesn't. Lime Kerr goes on to win the German Grand Prix here at Nurburgring. Or is he winning the German Grand Prix at Nurburgring?
Yeah, he is. That is the checkered flag.
Because we don't know about his off-track penalties, and Benjamin says we'll finish the race in the pit lane. That's an interesting approach. I'm really curious what Liam will be saying in the post-race interview, because we will hear from him, and
if
we
we
will
get hold of them. We absolutely will hear from them.
Schlegel in 10th place, his last car to finish in the points. Nguyen, 11th, is out of the points, as we're seeing Timothy Nelson just calmly taking his car home. And 13th place for the American driver. And also Alaric van den Bos, with that very interesting Renault livery, is also finishing the race. Jared, I'm wondering if we will be having all 3 of the drivers in our interview box.
Well, I'm going to try and get hold of them right now.
So I'm wondering, whoever is watching, what did you guys think about the race? Do you think that Liam should have been penalized? Do you think that he will keep his win? Or this has been it? Liam Kerr has won the race fairly. Anyways, we are now seeing the results on our screen. Liam Kerr, winner of the German Grand Prix with Alex Seguin in second place. Joan Solvale third, rounding up the podium. Joan Solvale in fourth place, Enrique Justa fifth, Wojciech Kościół in sixth place.
I think Benjamin must have had some sort of penalty here.
Also, Benjamin will not play in third place. Benjamin Saez is classified in 8th place. Meanwhile, on my screen, he's in 3rd place. So, again, even more problems. As we're seeing, I'm just watching the chat from our Discord, who you can obviously join from the description of the live. I'm seeing people's creating tickets and talking about the race. As we're having our champion, as always, Alex Eguin here, and also Liam Kerr is here. Hello, guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Amazing. Liam, I would like to start with you because you have been the start of the controversy of today's race, because on our screen, you have appeared to have about 30 off tracks. I'm wondering, have you actually been off track 30 times, or was it a bug from us?
No, I think I got 6 incidents overall, so must be a bug.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
your connection didn't like our telemetry very well.
Oh yeah, no. I was dropping out and I was getting worried at the end of the race.
Yeah, no,
race,
I
'cause I was
think it
blinking.
was thinking you weren't quite on the track where you were, so it just gave you off track after off track every single lap.
Oh god.
Yeah, but you have defended very well against Alex Eguin, who is the champion from season 1. So just talk us through the race.
Well, at the start, I managed to jump him. We were 3 wide into T1, and I was like, screw this, I'm backing out and getting a better exit. And just push from there. I think strategy also played into my favor, because I did try a bit of an undercut, which seemed to help, but those guys were quicker than me, and I managed to get them behind just. So yeah, it was a good race.
Yeah, you have had Alex on your tail for about 10 laps. I'm curious, was there any moment when you have thought, okay, he's going to pass me? Or you
Oh
have
yeah.
been...
Oh yeah. Like after I got my tires, when I was on the mediums, I think it was the second lap, I was on second or third lap, he just kept gaining on me, and I was like, oh no. So yeah, I was shit myself.
Yeah, but you have done an amazing race, Lam. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Alex, I will come to you now. Second place. Congratulations. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, thank you. I botched it at the start. I didn't release the clutch, and that was the race for me, because it's a very tricky circuit to overtake. Even the setup is not done for overtaking, and as you can see, I couldn't pass any car. Just Benjamin, when he did something on turn 1, I didn't know what happened. I think he would break himself. And yeah, I think I was maybe quicker than Liam if I were alone, but I wasn't. So so that's part of the race as well. And also I tried an undercut, and when I had the outlap, I wanted to deploy the full battery to be ahead of them. But unfortunately, I came down behind another driver and got stuck. So yeah, everything went wrong today.
Yes. Well, you have also started last season without winning the race. I'm curious, are you as confident in this season as you were last season about your performances?
Yes, not much time has passed, so so the circuits are the same. I think the 12 weeks, and Yeah, I think the strategy is gonna be the same. Just try to make pole position in this kind of circuits where overtaking is very hard, and try not to destroy that pole position before turn one. And yeah, the same approach as last season, and do my best.
Yes, congratulations, Alex, for second place. Congratulations, Liam, for your win. Jared, would you like to add anything or ask these guys?
My usual question really is next week is we're going over to Spa, which is one of my favourite tracks. Fantastic track to watch on stream because it's absolutely beautiful. So starting with Liam, what do you think of Spa? Do you think you're going to do well on that one?
I don't know. You guys were pretty quick from I think it was preseason qualifying there, so I don't know. It'll be interesting.
And over to Alex as well. What do you think of Spa? I mean, we saw you do your setup tutorial on Spa, but I wouldn't mind having your thoughts on. Do you think you're gonna have a good race there?
Yeah, it's gonna be as I said on the clinic. It's an easier circuit to overtake. Maybe we can play with a high, medium, and low downforce trim. So yeah, hopefully it's better to overtake and have great battles. The pre-qualifying was also very tight, so I think the wheel drivers are gonna be so close one to each other, and it's going to be, I think, awesome to drive there. You can play with the battery, with the DRS, with the downforce stream. I think it's gonna be crazy for the viewers and for the drivers.
Absolutely. As I said, it's a fantastic track to have on stream, and with how close some of the racing was today, I'm hoping it's going to be similar. Just so it looks amazing. But other than that, I think we're all done here. That was a great race. A fantastic way to start off the new season. And also, as you can see on screen right now, an absolutely fantastic season ahead of us as well. So I just want to thank you two guys here for driving with us, and I want to thank the entire grid that drove with us as well. If you enjoy the race, come join the Discord. You can come and race with us in any of our series. Talking of series, tomorrow we've got our F3 and F4 races. The first race of the first ever season for them with Anti-Stall Racing. And then on Fridays, we've got the GT3 races that you may have heard of because we started those last week. And something special about the GT3 races, it's a paid entry, which means there is actually a real cash prize pool to be won at the end of it. Other than that, thank you, Edward, for joining us today and helping out with the commentating. It's been great to hear you again.
Yep, it's been great to hear you as well, Jared. And thank you to everyone who has watched this race. Thank you everyone who has written in our chat. It's obviously beautiful and it's very helpful for us commentators to see you guys in the chat. And your support is always amazing. And yes, thank you very much. Thank you also, Alex, for this interview, and also Liam for this interview. And yes, see you guys tomorrow.
See ya.